Have you ever wanted a destroyer with crawling smoke? I can't say I have either, but here we have one. Haida was a Royal Canadian destroyer and sails to legends for the Commonwealth. Crawling smoke isn't all, she also has sonar and a speed boost. So while it's a British-built tribal class destroyer, it is a bit of a different flavor, I would say. The shown camo in the thumbnail is the D-Day 80 camo, and it is my new favorite camouflage that Wargaming has put in the game. I think it looks amazing, and it has the kill counter as well. Very cool. Haida has a really weak torp armament, so I built mine for guns. When I went to set up my commander, I was so excited to use Grotmaz or my other high-level Brit commanders, and that's right, Derka, this is a Commonwealth destroyer, and there's going to be the first problem, not having a tailor-suited gunboat destroyer commander. I went with Murray and picked the perks that actually pertain to destroyers. Mordov and Sims rounded out my usual DD gunboat build, and the results are decent, nearly 22,000 health and a 3.8 second reload. I played 5 games, and honestly guys, the gameplay in Legends right now is in a very weird place. We have these zombie carriers sailing around. They have extremely fast aircraft with cracked DPM. They never get deplaned, and they want to eat your brains. It makes solo DD play, not in a div, really unfun for me. Now, I don't want that to be the focus of this video. This is about Haida. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this ship. She is a great source of national pride for Canadians, and I don't want to take away from that. This is a museum ship, I believe still, that you can go visit in Ontario, perhaps? I don't know, don't quote me on that. To get this boat right now, it is 17,500 doubloons, which again, for the 1000th time, I would never recommend anyone spend that amount of money for a ship. UDU. Of course, this ship was provided to me by Wargaming to review for you guys. Now, I would have recommended the 70% ships count coupon, but sadly it does not apply to Haida. I asked the community managers this morning. That coupon is just for premium ships in the store currently. So, big sad. I was hoping to launch this video and be like, here, go get Haida for 70% off, but no. Now, Haida has some really cool features, some awesome features that make this ship fun to play, and then some features that I hate. Part of those go back to this boat being a tribal class destroyer, and I have a hate-hate relationship with that particular class of ships. Let's start with the good though. The HP pool is above average at 18,500. It gives you some freedom to trade in gunfights, fire from open water, and cap contest. It's quite a bit more than the Lightning, of which we should compare because Lightning is kind of a equivocal version of this that you could play for free on the Brit Tech Tree line. The guns are pretty good. HE DPM is going to be in the top 10 for tier 7 destroyers, but one of the big drawbacks of this whole design are the gun firing angles. Forward firing angles, you nearly have to be broadside to get the back gun in the fight. And if you're kiting, that front turret doesn't really want to get in the fight either. I do think B turret is a 360 one, so that is kind of cool, but overall the gun angles, they're not good. I believe the Cossack is the other tribal class destroyer in the Cossack 38, and I've always hated the gun angles on those destroyers. It kind of kneecaps the ship's DPM in gunfights, so yeah, on paper it looks good, but you have to go flat broadside to get all the guns cycling, and tribal class DDs have a big freeboard, a big flat broadside. They're really easy to hit. Moving on to the torps, only one rack of 4. They do reload fast, 80 seconds, but still, it's very weak and it makes this boat not very good at area denial. At least like on the Akazuki, you have a torp reload booster, but you don't have that option here. To make matters worse, the range is only 8.3 kilometers. So unless a ship is pushing into you, which nobody is pushing right now. This week, nobody's pushing. They're sailing backwards, everyone's hiding and cowering from carriers. So take that into consideration. In a few of the games, between the CV, a radar cruiser here or there, and destroyers contesting, I found myself really unable to do anything at all except sail around and spot. And that's fine, that's what destroyers are for, but you know, I never sign on to World of Warships saying, dude, I just want to go spot some ships today. That sounds so fun. Yeah, I felt really helpless a couple of times in Haida, and a lot of it goes back to the current state of CVs, but hey, I'm going to try not to talk about that too much. She has a top speed of 36.5 knots. That's average, but what sets her apart from other Brit DDs like the Lightning is her 8% speed boost. It's nice to be able to push across 40 knots. Brit DD mains, you know that feeling. You're in daring, you just cleaned up your flank, and now you get to sail for 2 minutes at 35 knots before you can do anything else. So you might as well check Instagram or go make a hot pocket or something. So I do like the speed boost consumable on Haida. That's really nice. For this ship, I think it all comes down to these consumables. There are just much better gunboats out there that you could take out, including the old favorites Fletcher or Akazuki that are entirely free to play, of course, if you really wanted a gunboat. Haida, though, brings a nice set of consumables if you're just looking for something different or a more utilitarian destroyer. The sonar lasts 180 seconds, just like the Lightning, but it does actually reach 1/10 of a kilometer farther. It detects ships at 3.6 kilometers, so if that matters to you, there's that. And the crawling smoke. So you can stay at quarter speed for 100 seconds and move around the map as you farm. For me, that's not exactly game-changing. I think it's cool. It might be a nice torpedo deterrent. You know, if you're contesting a cap or you're farming, you can stay at quarter speed and there's a less chance of you getting torped. Still though, right now in the meta of the game, I prefer Lightning's 6 short, fast reloading smokes. They cycle back quickly enough that could be the best thing for busted carriers right now. Every time a CV comes to mess with you, smoke up. Maybe run Smogathon even and just annoy the heck out of CVs because you can just keep smoking and smoking and smoking and smoking. Overall, I like the consumables, I like the strong guns, but I don't like the price tag. This would be a hard pass for me, personally, especially in the current meta, where I'm only going to play extremely powerful AA cruisers, or I'm going to play carriers myself, because why not just get in a carrier and go bully everyone else, rather than being bullied? I wish I could have played this ship a week ago. Before the update, before the carrier rework, I think I would have had an entirely different experience. But as it stands now, I did not enjoy myself very much in this boat. I'm not saying she's a bad boat at all. I think she's pretty decent, pretty good. Overall though, it doesn't feel worth it to me. Maybe we revisit this one again one day when things are back to normal and see where Haida stands. I will say, aside from CVs just running circles around you, the new spotting mechanics are nice. It's cool to play a DD and to sail into the cap and not fear getting shot from 6 or 7 different directions as the CV spots you. So there's that. That is one bonus to DD play now. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys are thinking on this one, if anyone's gonna cop it, or if you're gonna drop it. This is Derka signing off. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.